this is Matt Dave with MODX. A lot of people have asked about how to get started with Fred. A lot's changed since the initial video went out when Fred beta launched. So let's just kind of take a look at what's going on, how do we get started, and what do we need to do. So we're going to be taking a look at just a basic MODX get started page. We'll be converting this into a Fred page. The first thing you need to do, install Fred. But then there's some other kind of cool integrations that you can do. So there's this Font Awesome 5 icon editor that you can use to pick out Font Awesome 5 icons. And then an ACE integration that will give you some nice code hinting when you're working in ACE. And then the TinyMCE RTE is kind of the best rich text editor option out there right now. So we'll go ahead and download these. I'm going to skip the Font Awesome integration just because we don't have Font Awesome on the Get Started page. I'm also going to go ahead and download ACE. It's kind of the recommended editor for working in Fred. Okay, now that these are installed, I'm going to check the settings, make sure they're all set up so that we can get started. All right. Looks like everything is correct. One option that is available here is also the launcher position. The default location is over here in the bottom left. You can move it to the bottom right, top, and so on. Some other options here are how to sort the elements. You can choose to sort by name or rank on the elements. This is kind of handy if you have a custom way of displaying your elements. Same with groups and blueprints and blueprint categories. Once we have Fred installed, we'll want to go ahead and create a Fred template. You can either use your base template, one that's already existing, or you can create a new one. We'll just go ahead and create a new one, keep everything organized. Once you're in your new template, you'll want to replace the content tag or wrap it with a drop zone. So we'll do that there. You want to make sure that the content tag is still left within the drop zone. That way the content will render when Fred is off. Another trick that we recommend is setting a min height on this. That way it doesn't get too small. The minimum height we set to be the size of the toolbar, but sometimes you need a bigger minimum height than that. So we'll just add 500 pixels. Now we can create our Fred theme. Fred ships with the default theme. However, if you want to package that theme or take it to other websites, you'll want to create a new theme. If you're just working on this one site, you can definitely use this default theme, but why not just get started off with a duplicate copy, and we'll name it Starter. When you duplicate, you have the option to duplicate any already created objects, duplicate the items in the theme directory, and duplicate the templates. Since this is brand new, we're just going to leave it like that. We need to assign the theme we created to the template. When you create a theme in Fred, it creates a theme folder in the assets directory. It's helpful to create a media source that goes straight to that theme. And in Fred, under media sources, you just assign the correct media source. Next, we'll actually want to go into the element categories, and we need to create a category first before we create our first element. So we will name this one blocks, and we'll assign it the theme starter. And this is where that sort option comes in. So you can give it a rank if you want, otherwise you can leave that blank. Now I can create an element. We'll start out with just a very basic element. We'll call it content. There we go. You can give it a description, or you can add an image right here. The other option is that you can wait and give it an image from the blueprint. Before you can save, you need to select a theme. We'll use the starter theme that we created and a category, which we'll call blocks. Now we can start coding in the element markup. Just standard code goes here. If you want to make an element editable, you can give it a name. Additionally, if you want to add tiny MCE functionality, you need to give it data Fred RTE equals true. So this is the basic form of a element. You can also add options. There currently aren't any option sets created. So what you can do with options is you can set things like background color or other elements to pass through. I'm going to go create the option set. Now that I've created my options, I can go back and assign that to the element. Now we can change our resource to our new Fred template. From here, we have access to our element. Hopefully this has given you a basic understanding of how to get started on Fred. If you like this video, like and subscribe, or follow us at MODX on Twitter. Go out and create with Fred.